The Knights of the Elephant were formed as a result of two main factors. The recent conquests of the Venad kingdom saw an influx of fresh and zealous converts to the faith, and the kingdom's over-reliance on the other two orders for the majority of their military needs. The rapid expansion saw multiple waves of rebellion rise across the lands, and it was for this reason that the Order of the Elephant was raised. They donned white habits similar to those of the Knights Templar, and while they were initially raised as peacekeepers, the needs of the Venad kingdom became more and more until eventually even they would don the armors and armor of the Crusader, similar to their knightly brothers. Welcome to part 2 of the Nestorian India run. Try saying that 10 times fast, it's crazy. This video covers the last two knightly orders that I wrote little lore blurbs for, and the final conquests of the Deccan Plateau. I won't keep you all here too long though, so I'll offer you a deal. A modest 500 likes from me to continue the series into the rest of the subcontinent. Don't forget to also subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below any more holy orders you would want to see along with their lore. I'd love to hear from you guys. The war has been proceeding smoothly, and we finally have our third knightly order, which I looked up a list of knightly orders in the past, and I just think the Danish Knights of the Elephant is very apt for what we're doing, especially as we still use elephant cavalry. But that will be our third order to enter the fray. In the meantime, we've just been fighting the same war of attrition that we fight every war in India. It's just a slog to get through the amount of population that India has. I do kind of hope to see either battles or sieges have a bit more war score in the future. Because right now, every war is incredibly tedious, unfortunately. This entire damn war was to prevent Musoniri from being conquered by Vijayanagars, so Orissa came in instead, and I can't intervene in a war twice. But, you know what, mark my words, we're going to be taking down Orissa next anyway. We've already beaten them once, and that was with all of her allies. Okay, so here's the peace deal we've managed to reach with Vijayanagar. Sadly, I wasn't able to stop Jalawad from taking a lot of the north, but again, between Orissa taking Musoniri and Jalawad taking more Vijayanagar, when we attack Awad, we'll be able to clean all of this up, which will be very nice for us. Actually, you know what, let's actually reduce some of this, and let's get war reps. Look at that. So 2,000 humiliation, war reps, and the entirety of this province in here. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so we just managed to get our religious war CB on Awad. And we have a secondary, or quaternary now. We have our fourth knightly order being formed. And in the meantime, we are prepared to go to war with Orissa. Jalawad did drop the alliance with Awad, which is very nice. So we are only fighting Orissa, Kashmir, and Kasa. Most of which only have levies. Because if I look at Orissa, they have about 1.25 knightly orders. I'm not worried about that. We easily outnumber them in the east. Even with their vassals there, we still quite outnumber them. And Awad, let's be honest, they're no match for us. Doesn't matter what they do. So we'll be taking out Orissa's vassals mostly, Kashmir and Khan, and then we can just take what we need from Orissa, specifically her vassals here and over here. Alrighty. So I see Orissa has a few galleys over here, but not many heavies. I think we still have more heavies than her. No, whew, she has 23 heavies. Okay, we no longer have more than her. But you know what? We do have the better military, which I will gladly accept. That's 7,000 right there of professionals, it seems. So let's wait for them to come onto our territory. In the meantime, we'll attack via Ratnapura. And Ratnapura immediately lost whatever they had there. You'll love to see that. All the vassals are raising up, as they are wont to do. The Order of Nasarani was formed in order to fill out the ranks of the Venad Kingdom's forces, and was the last order to be founded in the 15th century. They were mostly comprised of Christians from the Malabar region of India, and Nazarani meant of Nazareth, showing their allegiance to the old ways of Nestorianism before the rise of the Venad kingdom. These were also the last group to be founded that would be made up of true knights, fighting in melee, with swords and on horseback. As well as being the first order to fully adopt gunpowder weaponry and warfare as it was introduced to the subcontinent. I just found out that we can force convert other people. which is really cool because I think I set it to where the AI doesn't. Let me check the game rules real quickly. I didn't know I could force convert Orissa. Did I set it where flavor AI inside religion group only? So I can force Orissa into Nestorianism and then not let them leave. Which honestly would get me an ally on the continent. Eventually. Just found out we can canonize someone, apparently. Didn't know we could do that, and nor do I know how we do that. I haven't played much with Christian faiths before. So how do I I can declare myself the third Rome. Okay, interesting. I could make Madurai a holy site if I do that. Requirements not met. All international organizations in Nestorianism. Currently 102 for those requirements not holy site. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. We have one god. God, that makes sense. I'm getting distracted here. Canonize. I can canonize my previous ruler. We get 10 prestige from that and 10 legitimacy, and the clergy gains 10 satisfaction. And that only costs 150. Oh, I figured out how to get... Alright, so we're going to humiliate Orissa and Awad in this war for sure. And then what we're going to do is that'll get us 5 each. That'll get us to 40. The plus 10 from canonization will get us to 50, and we can form a kingdom today. Oh, that's huge. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, so another little intricacy I found in the game system. Bari Dawab literally just intervened and demanded a white piece. Can I get anything more from them? Because that's really funny. I can get money. Wait. How much money are they willing? They're willing to pay me 900. That's 17. They just intervened. And now they're willing to pay me money. Can I get war reps out of them instead? Because they have tons of money, right? That's hilarious. They intervened literally just to get war repped and humiliated. Absolutely hand that over. Also, apparently you can only canonize for a certain amount of time after the person dies. So we're not going to be able to do our little prestige trick that I wanted to. Which is good for us, because that means I can just do my little humiliate trick on a Bari Dawab, which is even funnier. So we're just waiting for Orissa to accept peace. There's the call for peace, which I hope they're getting as well. They're at 0 right now, so... Come on, I just need one of these forts to follow and we can take out these damn guys. The Orissi have been probably the single largest foreign in my side this entire game. Which, kudos to the AI for actually giving me a challenge. Because I will say, anytime I fight Orissa, yeah, there's a lot of forts, it makes it a little bit tedious, but it's never tedious in a bad way. It's always tedious in a fun way. Or, like, it's less, I shouldn't even say tedious. But it's very fun fighting the Orissa, especially now that they're on even footing with me. Back when I was just, you know, killing thousands of stacks of levies, it wasn't nearly as much fun as this is. Oh, those are prisoners. Yeah, I'm not used to this whole prisoner system yet, because I keep sending the prisoners away by accident. Let's execute them. Oh no, some antagonism, you say? Oh, you know what? Actually, that's quite a few people in... No, that's 2 people in the coalition. Bari Dawab just reset our truce timer. The only other people interested are people I'm already at war with, or are going to be... The important thing is I just can't let Orissa, Musiniri, and Vajianagar join coalition at the same time. Okay, so ignore the... very interesting variation of the Soviet Union flag aside. Tulanadu has rebelled against me, which Vajianagar immediately broke truce to intervene in once again, which they're kind of being known for this at this point. Let's bring all of these guys back to our side of the border here. We'll go hop into Bangalore and Risherla, because now we have to send the Vajianagari another message. In the meantime, we can also grab Lightning Shot, which I don't mind. I spent all this time complaining about not being able to achieve great power status. And I get it when I'm in the middle of a goddamn rebellion that Vajianagar joined in on. Okay, I was wrong. We are the economic hegemon. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we took that over from Orissa. Probably because Orissa's paying us war reps, no? I had the guess. Yeah, war reparations from Awad, from Orissa. We never got those Bari Dawab ones, though, sadly. But Orissa paying us war reps, I think, is what got us the economic hegemon. Yeah, it's greater than 641 monthly income from trade and tax. Oh, it's not even close. Because even take away Orissa's 60 income, we're still in the 500s compared to them. And like, I've not even really been building up my economy that much. Like, I've just been pressing buttons. I'm not actually paying attention, right? Because theoretically, I could probably get it more efficient by not oversupplying some goods. And I'm actually undersupplying quite a few goods, such as sturdy grains, which I need to fix. Okay, this war has gone on for so long, but an actual Neller Vakana has rebelled against me. Because I didn't get to vassalize them in time, because I was fighting this damn rebellion. But we are finally done. We are finally done. So we have Seize Land Treaty. No. Okay, clear the deal completely. I want to humiliate Tula and Nadu. I want to take their land. I want all of Beklana. I want all of Upper Marathwada. And I want this fort over in Udagiri if I can. Oh, let's go, I can. We'll take these two forts then. And then we can take some money, why not? That means we have now secured the majority of the northern border. Jalwad has done us a favor and taken out Mucineri for us, so that the rest of the northern border will just be us taking on Orissa's vassal, and Jalwad itself, which we had to take anyway, so that saves us a war, which is quite nice. That war will be with Bari Dawab, unfortunately, but that's besides the point. Alright, so Mucineri did survive Jalwad assault, but unfortunately they won't survive us. All 4 knightly orders are ready to converge on them. And it's, yeah, I feel bad about this one, especially as they used to be my rival. I have everyone that used to be strong, but unfortunately, this is just a cleanup of the Mucineri rump states. It's just how it goes sometimes. We'll completely clean them up, and we'll secure the Deccani border. After that, all that's left is 1 war with Jalwad and probably 2 to 3 wars with Vijayanagar. Alright, just as we finish off Mucineri, we have been declared the military hegemon, which is actually great for us, because that means we get to attack Jalwad and we get a lot easier war score. It gives us a negative 10% war score cost, which is huge. And aside from that, we're just going to start building up our little spy network so we can start building more Casa Spell Eyes. Like I said, we just need to finish off Vijayanagar, finish off Jalwad, take what we need, and then Orissa we only need a few provinces from. And be in the military hegemon, now that we have early arquebusiers, if you're wondering why our numbers have increased so much. It's because of the early arquebusiers. I was going to wait for halberdiers so we could upgrade half and a half, but I realized, you know what? We're this technologically advanced, let's just stick with the muskets. Or the arquebuses in this case. Let's stick with a full gunpowder army, because we can afford it. Alright, the time has come. We are now going to declare war on Jalwad. I've been looking forward to this, because we get to try out our new guys. It seems that Bari Dawab doesn't even have actual, like, men-at-arms yet. And the rest of these guys have nowhere close to early arquebusiers or the falconets that I'm about to get. So it'll be similar to when we first adopted professional armies, where we're going to be able to just completely stomp as time goes on. Because even now their levies are going to be super easy to take out. Their forts with the falconets are going to be super fun to take out. And I don't even see their professional armies being any difficulty for us because we have the upgraded arquebusiers, right? Now their ships on the other hand might actually be an issue. Oh, what type of ships are those? They have some heavy ships. Let's see if they have enough heavy ships to face us. How many heavy ships do you have? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've neglected my navy a ton. Okay, that's might be 20 heavy ships. We'll see how it goes. Well, I doubt they've upgraded their heavy ships, right? To be fair, neither have I, but we can ignore that part. Oh, actually, wait, I might be able to upgrade mine. Oh, that's just a Hulk, okay. You don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna let you guys know now, I've been recording for about 9 hours today to try and get this video done. And my god, am I tired. But you know what? The end of the war is in sight. We're gonna be taking out a Jawal Khan here. I was gonna get like Bundle Khan in order to do some shenanigans in central India, but honestly, I just want the goal. I just want Deccan. It's all we need is the Khan. So let's ask for some money. Let's ask for humiliation. Let us ask for what we need. There we go. Didn't realize I had Navy levies raised in peace. That's weird. Alrighty. Now we can come back to over here. And we can prepare for our next war with... not Jawlad, Vaishyanagard, it seems. Because they're the ones that I seem to have a casus belli on. Because I forgot that I need to rebuild my spy network on... let's do religious war. Did we just go for it and take... Honestly, I think we just go for it and take the City of Victory itself, leave it as a rump state. No, we shouldn't. It'll need 2 wars before we can march into the City of Victory. That's okay. In the meantime, rebuild our spy network on Orissa. They will be next after all. We just lost Chera Udaya Bujwara. Oh, that's one of our many family members at this point. We have too many. Alright, in the meantime, come down here. You're already moving your way back, you're moving your way back, you're moving your way back. Alright, Vaishyanagard will be our next target. We are reaching the beginning of the end of this campaign, as it is time for us to march on Vaishyanagard itself. The City of Victory will fall. Once more, but this time, it will be hopefully the final fall of the City of Victory. They have more troops than I do. What? Oh, that's just a weapons. I thought for a second that they had more professionals than I did. I was like, ain't no way they have more professionals than me. Alright. Here we go. We are gonna march all of our guys onto forts as fast as possible. Take out any troops where we find them. They're at half morale because they were somehow not expecting this attack. Which is rather silly to me. We also upgraded the Falconet, so that's where the extra 400 came from on the 9,000. As I was tired of not having good cannons. It seems like we've caught them completely unprepared for our assault, which is very interesting to me. I don't even know if they're going to be able to raise their levies in time. Oh, no, they did. But what are the options right now? We have 320k. Without my levies raised, mind you. My levies add an extra 90k to this. And they have about 60k. Something tells me this might be an easier fight than I expected. Vaishyanagard has finally fallen. Both the city and the nation are within our grasp. Now we just gotta see what we can do with that. I honestly think what we'll do is we'll take Kumfli and Northern Rayasima. And we will leave a rump. Actually, let's take some more stuff. That is a little bit easier for us to take. Gives us a little bit more mobility with what we want. We don't need Kandish. I would love to be able to take Kalyana Karnaskala, but we can't for now, it seems. Yeah, we can take these locations here and we can slowly whittle them down. Because this will force the change of their capital. And will essentially turn Vaishyanagard into a rump state. Which I'm okay with, I think. Let's humiliate. Actually, you know what? No, I think we'll do... Well, we can't do max money. Let's do war reps and max money from there. There we go. This is the one most likely to break them, I think. Alright, the most important part now is we need all of our knightly orders to tend Vaishyanagard. Alrighty, there we go. I will set up my vassals, of course. Northern Desh has been getting a lot of provinces, but you know what? It's okay. We'll just have a bigger vassal up here. I don't actually mind that. Seed province, you already have Lower Marathwada. There we go. And then who gets over here, I wonder? Not go, because I actually do want to take in the coastline. So let's make a new subject over here. We have the diplo capacity nowadays. We have so much diplo capacity nowadays. Make him a little fiefdom. There we go. Make him Nestorian as we do. And there we go. Maldad has joined our autocephalous patriarchy. You'll love to see it. And you need to get your ass back over here. There we go. And honestly, I will say that was the last major war of the Deccan region. The entire plateau is ours now, which is quite nice. We own a majority of it with only a few little areas that's, you know, a fiefdom or a rump state control. I don't think Vagiana guards can be able to survive this, honestly. Yeah, potential at least 5k. I just don't see how they get out of this. Oh, I did forget to take over here. That's okay. How's their control looking now, anyway? You know, a small part of me was hoping they would move it up here and let me eat the rest of this, but that seems like it won't be the case, so I'll have to do this over the course of the next few wars. But I do think that, narratively, that is the fall of Vagiana with the fall of the City of Victory, which we're actually going to integrate ourselves. We are not going to let this one go to a vassal. This is for us. We earned this one. There we go, starting to green. How long is that going to take, do we think? 1512. You know what, that's okay, actually. Surprised it's all rural areas aside from the city itself. You know what, it's a lot of iron though, so I actually don't mind. And with that, we now also control the market capital. Vagiana, of course, still has a little bit more in terms of trade advantage, but we'll fix that as time goes on. What an incredible run this has been, honestly. I've genuinely enjoyed this run, just playing through the game, actually getting institutions, pushing forward, fighting near peer adversaries instead of just, you know, beating down anyone who's smaller than us as Yemen or as the Maya. Like, this was very much a rag to riches. Keep in mind, we started with half a province down here in Venad. We owned these 4 areas, and then this was an enemy, and these guys were all enemies as we come up here. And now look at us. We have restored Nestorianism to the subcontinent. Well, I say restored. We have added Nestorianism to the subcontinent. And we have just collapsed the last major Hindu sultanate. Never mind, Bar Dawab is Hindu, not... Okay, never mind. I guess there never was many Indian sultanates. I guess they're all Hindu kingdoms. I really thought there were some Muslims left on the continent. Oh, maybe over here. No. Okay, no, Quran is still... Okay. We got rid of most of the Indian sultanates. Oh, Bengal still exists too. Okay, we're good. There are still some Sunnis. I can be happy about that. But we've added a third kingdom, or a third religion to the continent, and we became the number 3 great power in the world. That's pretty cool. With the fall of the City of Victory, so too falls the last true resistance to the Venadu rule of southern India. The soldiers flood through the gates of the city, yet Nestorius III does not allow any looting, with heavy punishments for those who disobey his orders. He desires the city be kept intact, both out of respect for his enemy, who fought quite well, and in order to host a mass conversion at the end of the victory celebrations. The 4 orders all argue for who shall lead the triumph through the city, as the banners of Venadu Kingdom and the Nestorian crosses are raised across the sprawl of buildings. Amid the celebrations, Nestorius III remains contemplative, as he foresees future conquests aided by these orders in the name of the church, all the while he and his future kin would benefit personally. Chuckling at his own schemes, he goes to join his fellow Christians in the celebrations. I hope you all enjoyed the final part of our St. Thomas's Dream run. At this point in the run, we have technically accomplished what we originally set out to do, which was to secure an entire region of India. We've secured the majority of the Deccan. I could easily clean this up in like 5 more seconds, but let's be honest, I don't want to wait for truce timers. Now, while this is where I would personally leave this series, I think narratively we have a fun stopping point. You guys might just convince me, for the modest sum of 500 likes on this video, to continue and try to form Hindustan as a Nestorian nation. But that's up to you guys. As always, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see more of in these series.